And welcome back, everyone, to It's the Last Call. Last call with the alcohol only on it is the Last Call YouTube channel. Now, joining us here on remote location, a man who, well, last time out, it was a close decision loss. He now is feeling a lot more confident. Now it's a 5-round fight. I give you Mr. Wonderful himself, and a man may say might win this whole shindig. I give you Phil Davis. Phil, you get your wish. Vadim Nemkov. How excited are you about this? That you get a champion right away, and it's a 5-round fight.
Heck yeah, man. That's everything. I wanted to go against the champion. Wanted to get the belt back. The tournament is I don't want to say the tournament secondary, but got to get that belt first. You win you get the belt. Now we're talking. Now we're back in the tournament. Right now we're still in single fight mode. Fight Nemkov. Get this belt. Worry about the tournament later. Right now we're on. Get the belt, secure the belt, and then worry about everything else. Let's worry about how that shakes out later. So no, but I'm super excited. Super excited. It's what I've been waiting for.
So let's break down Vadim Nemkov. He's been just steamrolling over most people. UV being the exception. But why is he so dangerous? Like when you've now had time to break it down and everything, what makes him such that damn good of a fighter?
Well, he has everything every good fighter has. He has a multitude of ways he can win a fight. He can win a fight standing. Can win a fight on the ground. Man, he power in both hands. Good kicks. Makes a lot of smart decisions. You kind of saw the way he took out Ryan Bader. Man, he took away a lot of his offense. He's one of those guys that makes just smart, calculated decisions. So that's what makes him such a good fighter. He makes good decisions and he has good strikes. There's guys that are technically pretty good, but maybe get caught rushing in, maybe don't wait and get the timing, distance, what have you. He makes all the right moves.
You've had this is going to be your second go around with him. Does that help knowing that you now have an idea of what he does, how he likes to set up his kicks, how he uses his strikes, how he what does he do for defensive wrestling? Does it make it easier the second time around where you're not going, okay, I have no idea what this guy does, and, oh crap, he's just gonna leg kick the crap out of me, and then you're figuring out, okay, I'm now done on one round, I got to try to figure it out. Is it easier a second time?
What part? Just
getting used to him, understanding what he is
now. I don't know if it gets easier. A lot of what you do in the moment, and it's hard to recreate it. So I don't know that it necessarily gets easier because you may not get the same guy. But it actually, I think a lot of ways it gets a little bit more dangerous because I think both guys are trying to go outside outside of their normal repertoire to shock them with something they hadn't seen the first time.
This will be a 5-round fight. He's never gone 5 rounds. He's only gone to 3 rounds 3 times, and he's 2-1 of those fights. Do you feel this is a big advantage for you in that you've been in 5 rounds? You fought 5 rounds before. You've been in these championship situations. You understand what it's like to go, okay, now we're round 4, now round 5, and I still got to have that gas tank, ready to go and shooting takedowns.
Oh, definitely. Just having that experience, having that, I know I can do it because I've been there, because I've done that. Having that in my head, that definitely matters. Truthfully though, I feel like this fight, it may not go 5 rounds. I don't think it go 5 rounds. I think you got Nemkov is going to come hot and heavy. He's going to try to get this fight over with. And that's where I thrive.
We're gonna go back to this fight in a bit. Take me back to your last fight. It was you, Lyoto Machida, no
Hmm.
fans, no, almost no crowd. What is that like? And all of a sudden now it's you can hear your corner explaining, giving you instructions. He can hear his corner, and the two of you are just sitting there going, "Okay, this is kind of weird here. Where's the fans? Where's the cheer? What the hell's going on here?"
I don't know if I would call it weird. I mean, that's kind of like what sparring is. I mean, I hear my coaches during sparring. I hear the other guys' coaches during sparring. It's exactly like training. I don't think it's so much weird as much as um, do I miss the fans? Absolutely. Um, the fans bring like an element to the game that you really can't. Without the fans, it's not there. They bring the added uh, level of excitement. Um, so I mean that's definitely missing. But other than that, when I'm in there, I'm very like narrow. I'm very very narrow, and I'm focused. I'm focused. So although I do miss the fans, I really just miss the noise. It kind of like drowns out everything. It's kind of like if you ever put the TV on to go to sleep, and then you're I don't know in a hotel or something, and it's just dead quiet. You can still sleep, but it's just different. I sleep with the TV on, obviously.
I mean, did it help that fight for you hearing your corner? Because I know you talked about before, Lyoto Machida is just he's a difficult fighter. He is the
Yeah.
enigma wrapped in a package, covered in a question. He doesn't do the same thing twice. He's a weird style. Was it easier this time having your corner, shout instructions and sort of being that third eye to go, okay, he's gonna try to do this. Watch out for this, and you go, oh, okay, I can now see it.
Um, I mean, yeah, I feel like I always hear my corner, whether there's fans or not. But definitely, I rely on my corner for everything. I can pick their voices out of a crowd. I can hear I can hear their voices very clearly. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I miss in a fight with fans, but I didn't miss much in the fight against Machida. I heard everything. I heard stuff, and I was like, wait, do I know that word in Portuguese? Yeah, I heard everything. So
You're 2-0 versus Lyoto Machida. Not many people can beat him twice, let alone once. How much pride do you take in that? But here's this guy who's one of the best in the world, even in his age, and yet you're one of the few people who can get over him and be able to beat him in a MMA fight.
you know, that particularly isn't something I think about very often. But I don't like to think about stuff like that very often. I just like to I like to stay. I haven't arrived. I'm still improving, constantly working. Although I am very, I can appreciate, um, everything Leoto's accomplished. Are you kidding me? Um, and I very well know what a win over a guy like that means. I just don't like to dwell on it too much. That's something I want to do when I'm talking to the grandkids. Let me tell you a story about this cat named Lyoto Machida. Hails from Rio, Brazil. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to dwell on that right now. I want to be so focused on growing that I don't want to acknowledge too much of who I am. I just want to continue to stay humble, stay eager, and working and moving forward.
If you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, you probably know we're talking with Phil Davis here. We're talking all things, of course, Bellator title fight versus Vadim Nemkov. We're talking about Machida. We're talking the tournament. This ties in with the tournament because we've heard a lot of criticism now, not just the fans and media. They've always criticized. I mean, trust me, we bitched more than a married old couple, but even now, fight announcers about, well, this fight's not exciting. This fight has to be exciting. And it really got the worst with Cyril Gagne versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. You've been in those situations. You, Ryan Bader, that's a tough fight for both you guys. You know each other. You fought each other multiple times. It's like, you try fighting a guy who knows what he's going to do, what you're going to do, and try to, make it, so you don't get caught. Does it bother you when announcers criticize you when they've been in those shoes? I mean, they've been in your shoes where you're fighting a guy like Bader, Machida, and there's no way you can win quickly unless the other guy just really screws up. That there are things as just a tactical fight.
Right. You know, sports are very difficult because you're wearing two hats at once. Um, there are some guys that are some of my favorites that are terribly exciting, just great fighters, super exciting, but occasionally they fail in big fights because winning is the most important thing. And so, as a fighter, sometimes you're wearing two hats as both an entertainer and as a athlete, and as a sportsman, and as an athlete. There's only one thing that matters, and that is winning. And but also you have the duality of also being an entertainer, where I also need to present myself and kind of be a personality and do it up big for the fans, both in the cage and on social media and a lot of different ways. So, yeah, no, that exists, and I'm not entirely opposed to it, but it's a balancing act.
It's funny. We had Sergio Pettis on. Sorry, not Sergio. I keep forgetting. It's Anthony Pettis on the show. We're talking Bellator.
Yeah.
So we talk Sergio, but he mentioned during COVID that the toughest thing he dealt with was putting on the brave face. Going to the gym every day and telling guys it's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this. Don't worry about it. When in the back of his mind he's going, yeah, this COVID thing starting to freak me out here. What's going on? Why are the gyms closed? Why do we have to play hide from the popo as they're trying to shut us down? You're now that guy in Alliance. You become one of the faces of that group. What is that like for you, or the past year when it's just as somebody said, you're you're freaking out. You're trying to play the brave face. You have all these young guys coming up to you going, "Hey Phil, what's going on? I'm worried about fighting. I'm worried about money." How tough has this past year been for you trying to be, even keel into the gym and not, in the meantime, you're freaking out because your paycheck's being affected, your family's being affected, but yet you're the leader. You got to put on that brave face for the younger guys.
Right. Well, yeah, it's important. It's important, both to kind of be a mentor and encourager, but also, I did things a little different. I slowed down right away, and I tried to find ways to stay busy, stay active, stay working, but without doing it around people. So although people are like, "Oh, Phil, where you been? We miss you." I was like, "Yeah, I love you guys. You know that." But if I have to get my workout in every day at 4 a.m., just so it slows down the spread of the virus, guys, we have to be careful. We need to be careful. We need to think about each other. I have a different situation than a lot of other fighters, but whatever it is, we have to protect each other and we have to protect the rest of our city. And that's kind of what the thing, kind of where I was at on it. But who wants to train at 4 a.m., But, it's really one of those things, like, it's whether this is, COVID or kind of 2008 when a lot of sponsors dropped off and sponsorship became a little bit more difficult. Um, we go through tough times as a nation and as fighters and as people, and who you are in these tough times is that's the who you are.
It's the perfect storm for you, I would say, this upcoming tournament. You look at a tournament. You look at guys here. It's you versus Vadim Nemkov. Then you have a
Yeah.
chance at fighting Anthony Johnson, who I know, but you feel if you take him on now, it might be a whole different scenario. And if all goes according to plan, hey, you fight Ryan Bader in the finals. Is this for you like sort of a, I want to say revenge, but a redemption tour in terms of you get the champion right off the bat. You get a guy, you could possibly get a guy who, handed you one of your toughest losses in UFC, then next. And then you can
Hmm.
beat, Ryan Bader. I mean, is this for you the chance of righting some wrongs that you still have, that you still would love to get, revenge for in all these years?
Man, call it whatever you like. I'm just a dude out there trying to trying to win every single fight in front of me. I don't think too much further past it. I don't give it special meaning behind it. Every fight is just that. It's just one fight, and I make it special. Because hey, if we learn nothing from 2020, then nothing is to be taken for granted. This fight, it's happening, and I hope it happens. And you just cannot take anything for granted. I'm just glad to be fighting, and I'm ready to put on a great performance and work my butt off, man.
Well, we're looking forward to it also. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I give you it is the man who is the former Bellator light heavyweight champion. Well, he plans to once again become two-time now Bellator light heavyweight champion. I give you it's Mr. Wonderful Phil Davis. Phil, before I let you go, where can the fans check you out at? Where is the Twitter page, Instagram, the website? Who are the sponsors going to be for this fight coming up?
Yes, yes, all of that. So, always go to filmrwonderful.com, filmrwonderful.com, and there's links to my Instagram and my Twitter, at Phil Mr. Wonderful on Twitter, and also Phil MRW on Instagram. So I try to get Phil Mr. Wonderful on all of them, and somebody stole it. They still have it. That's all right though. Phil MRW gets the job done.
Those filthy mothers. I could go on, but I'm not going to be professional. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's Phil Davis, April 16th
Okay.
versus Vadim Nemkov for the Bellator Light Heavyweight Championship, only on Showtime. Check your time local listings for details. Stay tuned for more great action, but only on It Is Last Call. Last Call with the alcohol, only on It Is the Last Call YouTube channel.